feel really good. I feel mentally prepared. Body feels good. Just taking it a day at a time.
Noah said that on the field you guys really go back and forth and try and make each other better and compete really hard. Can you describe what that relationship is like, on the field and off the field?
Noah Sewell, he always brings it to practice. He brings it in everything. So I try to bring the same energy, and we both try to bring that energy every day. I feel like it gets the backers ready. It gets all of us ready as a unit, and we just bring it every day because that's what makes us different from all the other backers.
How frustrating was last year for you, and how much did that kind of fuel you for whatever you want to do this year?
Last year was a really humbling experience because, I got to play one game, got 14 tackles and everything. But I'm just looking to better myself every day and not look back in the past and to look for the future and to look what's coming up next, and that's Georgia. So that's what I'm thinking about every day.
Can you talk more about the relationship with Noah? I mean, you guys play similarly, but he's a little bit more subdued, it seems like, at least off the field. What's that been like, kind of learning from him?
Just like I said, on and off the field, Noah, he brings it, and, I try to do the same thing and bring it mentally and physically. So, he's just a person that I just look forward to bring more energy and to bring more to the game. And I really like him because of that, because, like you said, we do play similar, like everybody says, but the thing that we do different, we bring what's off the field that makes us really different with the preparation and just getting ready for what we got ahead.
Noah said you're the spirit animal of this team. That's what Noah said. What do you think about that?
I feel like I love this game of football, and what I've been going through has really humbled me, so I just try to bring as much passion as I can because this game is not guaranteed, and I love that feeling because life is not guaranteed.
What excites you to have that opportunity to be back out there again?
I'm just glad to still be in it, and it really excites me to know that I can still live my dream and I can still do what I can do, to help my team, and just know that I have these injuries, but I'm still going to push through and still do everything to do to help my team and to get to where we need to get.
Can you describe the brotherhood that this team has, the camaraderie that you guys have built?
The brotherhood of this team, especially the defense, is really strong because the thing about us is we don't just talk about it at the facility, we talk about it outside the facility, and I feel like that makes us really different because we just want it so bad, and we want it outside of football too.
Do you feel like your role is any different on the field this year with Coach Lang's scheme?
I feel like Coach Lang just brings the extra to it. He brings the way he goes about himself, and I feel like my role is just going to be the same thing. Just bring that energy, bring the effort, and just be the best team player I can be. And that's what I look to do every day. And Dan Lannon, he's a guy.
Do you have any statistical goals or expectations for yourself?
Not really. I just look to, like I said, just better myself every day, and just to, try to just dig deep into the game and just find everything I can to better myself in the game. And I just let everything handle itself and just be the best team player, because that's the big thing for me, is just to be for the team and just to do everything I can possible to help the team get to where they need to be.
How much fun was that day when you were cleared to go 11-11 again in the spring?
It's just a blessing. Just a blessing. And I just, when they said I was cleared, I went through a lot of stuff I never had to go through in my life, and it just really made me a stronger man, and just really humbled my mind and made me focus on just what really matters to me and what I need to do, and what I need to do for my team and for my coaches and just for my family, and just really just made everything clear for me.
Having 2 years of the injuries that you had to deal with, what was your rock to stay motivated, to know that this will pass eventually?
Just knowing that my family's here to support me, just knowing that my brothers are here and they're still supporting me. And even though I had been down, I still kept my head up because of my brothers and my family. And I Like I said, I thank God, with the passing of Spencer Webb and everything. We are dedicated to seeing the Spencer Webb. So everything is not, it's not all about being for yourself. It's about the team and about family and about life. And we just love it. So every day, it's not to be selfish, it's about to be for everybody, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people have said that today, that this team is playing maybe more so than they have in the past for one another instead of themselves. How did that come about? What clicked for that?
I think just the feeling of coming together and everything. Because Spencer, he was a really unselfish guy, and he always cared about the team, and just everybody's seen that. And it really hurt when Spencer passed, and then when he passed, everybody just wanted to make everything about the team and just the culture and everything. We made it even more just for Spencer because we loved him.
Obviously, you've mentioned a few times that 2 games in Oregon uniform, and yet you're still preseason second team all Pac-12. Just what does that kind of say to you that everybody around this conference has so much respect for you going into this season?
It just shows me that, I just got to keep working and don't stop working. And we got a lot of work to do because, having all those accolades and everything, it just makes me want to work harder because, like you said, I only played 2 games and stuff like that. And I just want to play a whole season. I just want to play a whole season. I want to play with my team, with my brothers. That's going to really make me happy. And I can't imagine if I just get to play a whole season, just play with my brothers, how it's going to turn out. So I pray to God every night, and I just try to be humble and just do everything for the team and stay healthy.
After spending the last few months learning the new scheme and learning from Dan Lanning and Tosh Flowe, how excited are you to kind of put what you learned into practice on Friday and finally get into pads and get going?
It feels really good because Dan Lanning and his scheme, he brings an extra oomph to his scheme and everything, so I can't wait to actually put it to work and actually go on the field and run through his schemes and everything in full pass because I know he brings a lot of pressure and, coming from Georgia and everything and bringing what he brought from Georgia to Oregon, it's going to make us even more than what we are.
With the injuries the last 2 years, does it affect your mindset coming into this year? Are you a little bit more cautiously optimistic, or is it the same as it was?
It's always been the same thing, just bring the energy and just always play the same game that I always played, and just be a great teammate. But the thing that changed for me was the preparation outside of football. I feel like I had to put more into the preparation of being outside of football. And once I started doing that, my body started feeling even more better and even more stronger, and I can do more.
How do you feel like you've grown and matured over the hardships that you've had to face off the field in the last 2 years with your injuries?
The hardships that I went through over these 2 years, I've grown tremendously as a young man, and I thank God for him giving me these hardships because I'd rather, learn through them now than go later in life and learn through them.
What's it like seeing Don Johnson back on the road to recovery?
You know what? Don Johnson always has been a guy that always just bring great energy, and he just always was always bring a good light to the facility. And I'm just glad to see that he's doing good in his recovery and everything. And, I feel like Don Johnson always has a home here in Oregon because it's the way he presents himself and the way everybody just loves him. So, you know what? Don Johnson, man, I can't wait to see him back over here in the facility again because we miss him.
Sorry to repeat, Justin, but just how's the foot feeling?
Foot feels really good. Just been taking it a day at a time. I've been going full go at practice and everything. Just the biggest thing for me is just to be bigger on the mental part and, to kind of still do what I do physically, but to kind of put more into the mental part than more into showing off physically. That's the biggest thing for me.
When you look back at it, is there any idea at all as to how the foot happened in the game? You had any moment where you thought like, maybe I heard something, but it's not that bad, or you're playing through something, or just some freak thing?
I just, going into that game, I just really had a lot building up inside of me. So I just really wanted to, do everything I could in that moment and everything. when I felt my foot, I wasn't thinking about, anything else. I was just thinking about playing football, and I just felt a feeling that I've never felt before, and I just wanted to take off with it. So the foot wasn't really a big, I felt the foot, but I just wanted to keep going because just feeling, not everybody got that feeling that I got, you know what I'm saying? And just to be around my team and everything, the foot was nothing to me. I wasn't even worried about the foot. I was worried about just the moment.
When you talk about the mental, Justin, what has that been like, particularly this past year? Because, all right, the first year I'm sure it was obviously very disappointing, but it was a short year. It was a messed up year from the jump. For last year when it happens, where obviously everyone knows you're one of the top recruits in the country, thinks the world of you physically, you can see all the potential, but when it's 2 years without seeing it, when it's a second injury, just what was that like for the last nearly 12 months of just dealing with that, of not being the Justin Flowe on the field that makes you part of who you are?
That part, it made me really sit back and really just see everything from a different perspective because, I felt like my whole life I've always been, always tried to be great. You know what I'm saying? I always try to be great personally, not worry about anybody else, just personally try to be great. And to sit back and watch my team play and everything and to see everything go, it really, really humbled me. And like I said, I thank God for that because it made me want it more. And it made me want to be around my team more. It made me want to play linebacker more. It made me want to make more plays and everything. So I just thank God for that, for him doing that for me because when I get to step back on that field, I'm going to give it all I got because I want this so much more badly.
How are you able to flip this switch? Because we see all the videos from the locker room and you're amped up, I'll say. And yet, obviously away from it, you are able to tone down considerably. How? Where that, like, you are as high as it gets. And I'm not going to say this is low, but by comparison it is. So how do you do about doing it?
I think it's just a mentality thing. I think just being around my little brother, Justin Flowe, I feel like he just makes me, the mentality I have is something that I had since I was a little kid. It's because of my little brother and the stuff that we tell each other and to make us feel different, to make us be different. It's all about mentality. If you don't have a certain mentality, you won't get that certain feeling. So that's why whenever I go on the football field, I want to be the most aggressive. I want to have the most passion because it's a mentality that takes your game to a different level when you feel that way. And that's all I feel is a feeling.
Justin, we've had a lot of guys talk about your energy on the field and the way you play, and it lifts them up. Who on this team do you look to give you that energy and that feeling? Do you have a guy or a couple of guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that give you that drive?
I would say, like I said, I feel like when it comes to making plays and being able to bring more of that drive, I feel like it's Noah Sewell. Noah Sewell, he brings a lot of energy and everything. I feel like I look to my little brother. Like I said, he doesn't really get as much playing time as, being a young freshman and everything. But just talking to him on the sideline and just to hear what he has to talk about and the motivation he has for me and the motivation I have for him, it has us bring that energy that we want it more. We want to be different, and then we just want to, do everything with a different level.
So you've talked a lot about your energy in terms of galvanizing the team and how you ride off of that energy. Going into a hostile environment in Georgia, do you think that having that energy will galvanize the team as a collective and be that sort of nature that is going to continue to drive the team and the energy that you're going to bring to the football field?
I feel like it definitely will. I feel like if we come with the best energy we can and just if I come with a working mindset and just Georgia has a certain picture about themselves, and I feel like if we bring a certain energy more than them, it's going to be, sky's the limit. So that's what I'm trying to say. If we just want it more than Georgia and we just want it more than everybody else that we play against, and we bring the energy that proves that we want more than everybody, I feel like the sky's the limit for us because who can stop us? Honestly, if we bring that energy and we just all come together. So that's all I can say about that.
Thank you, Justin.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Justin.